Good morning, students. Today we start a new topic of MOS, that is European origin of science. There are a huge number of scientific theories and scientific developments that originated from Europe. In this video section, we are going to discuss the different contributors from Europe and their contribution to science. Ionia, the early Greek contribution. Ionia is a small Greek colony on the shore of the Aegean Sea. The people of Ionia started alphabetic writing, it resulting in knowledge liberation. Greek were travelers and seafarers, and they had adventurous temperament. And they were very knowledge people and a people of resourcefulness that comes naturally to such people. They also possessed the traveler's knowledge of a variety of culture and tradition. The first philosopher is Thales. He was the foremost natural philosopher and first recognized scientist in history. The first person investigate the basic principle of nature, that was he. And he was considered as the founder of natural philosophy. He explained the unity behind diversity theory. Thales talked that everything else comes from water. One of his great achievements that mentioned in the history is that he was the founder of an Ionian school of philosophy. He's a great scientist and he's contributed so much things to science. I already mentioned today we are going to cover the topic about the different philosophers or the different contributors of science. They were come from Greek. His famous contribution to science he is credited with the 5 theorem of elementary geometry. It is reported that he predicted an eclipse of sun on May 28, 585 BC, starting all of Ionia. He is anonymously credited with the introduction of mathematical and astronomical science into Greece. In this slide, I noted the different contributions of Thales to the society. I already explained it, and once again I tell about it. He explained or investigate the first basic principle of nature, and he explained unity behind diversity theorem, and he believed that everything that comes from water, and he was the founder of an Ionian school of philosophy. Finally, he had conceived solid, liquid, gases, the 3 form of matter. Then Anaximander, the second Miletian philosopher or Ionian philosopher, he added the 4th element, namely fire, to the 3 element wise solid, liquid, gas. He believed that all living organisms had arisen from water. Higher animals like man had developed from lower living organisms. He is considered as the father of cosmology. This is the image of the great philosopher Anaximander. Next one is Anaximenes. He is also a philosopher from Greek. Anaximenes was best known for his doctrine that air is the source of all things. He considered air as his primordial substance and derived the other elements from it. He believed various forms of matter changed into one another through process of condensation and rarefaction. Anaximenes used his theory to devise a scheme that explained the origins and nature of the earth and the surrounding celestial bodies. Next one is Pythagoras. Pythagoras is a well-known Greek philosopher. He was born in Samos in Ionia. He founded a school in Croton in 530 BC. He devoted his life to mathematical speculation and religious contemplation, who made important developments in mathematics, astrology, and the theory of music. The theorem, now known as Pythagoras theorem, was known to the Babylonians in 1000 years earlier, but he may have been the first to prove it. Pythagoras was credited with many mathematical and scientific discoveries, including Pythagoras theorem, Pythagorean tuning, 5 regular solid, theory of proportions, sphericity of Earth, and identify of the morning and evening star as the planet of Venus. This is the image of the great philosopher and scientist Pythagoras. I conclude this section. Today we were discussed the different contributors of science, especially from Greek. They all were from Greek.